Claire Whitfield was a mother from a small town outside Columbus, Ohio, trying to maintain a household while her husband, Ryan, worked for his family's real estate empire. The Bennetts were a local dynasty, a family of money and connections who viewed their reputation as their most valuable asset. For 11 years, Claire lived on the periphery of that power, until the day it was turned against her. That life shattered when Ryan filed for divorce and simultaneous full physical custody of their 2 daughters. He didn't just walk away, he brought a list of accusations: neglect, emotional instability, and unsafe parenting. He used his father's lawyers to build a case that Claire was too dangerous to be around her own children. The strategy was calculated. Every time Claire reacted with normal human distress to the betrayal or the threat of losing her children, Ryan's mother, Diane, was there to document it. They used Claire's natural grief as evidence of a mental breakdown, framing her discovery of Ryan's affair as a sign of paranoia rather than a reaction to a proven fact. Family court is often a trap for the under-resourced. When one side has infinite capital, they can flood the system with concerns that force the other parent into a defensive crouch. In this environment, raw emotion, no matter how justified, only serves to validate the false narrative being sold to the judge. Within months, the Bennett's plan had succeeded. Claire lost her home, her savings, and her right to be alone with her children. She was forced into a 1-bedroom apartment above a laundromat, restricted to supervised visits at a family center, while a stranger with a clipboard watched her every move. A friend working as a paralegal provided the perspective Claire needed to survive. She explained that the court does not weigh feelings or moral standing. It operates on documented patterns, verifiable timelines, and objective records. To win, Claire would have to stop explaining her pain and start documenting the reality the Bennetts were trying to hide. Claire stopped arguing. She took a job at an insurance call center and spent every night after her shift building a file. She logged every interaction with Diane, every gift designed to undermine her, and every strange remark from them. She was no longer a victim defending her character. She was an investigator building a case. Survival required a total abandonment of the he said, she said dynamic. By treating her life like an ongoing legal investigation, Claire began to construct an empirical reality that the Bennett family could not talk their way out of. Working with a legal aid attorney named Marcus, Claire bypassed the expensive courtroom theatrics the Bennetts were used to. They stopped fighting the character assassination and started subpoenaing raw data, specifically the phone records Ryan assumed would remain private. These records provided the first pillar of her defense. Ryan had sworn under oath that his relationship with his mistress began only after his marriage to Claire had effectively ended. The digital logs showed a different story. The records revealed a 14-month overlap where the affair was active, while Ryan was still living at home and telling Claire he loved her. This wasn't just proof of infidelity, it was proof that the entire foundation of his custody petition was built on a documented lie. Data creates a binary reality. You are either telling the truth or you are committing perjury. By documenting the exact dates of the affair, Marcus transformed a messy family dispute into a clear-cut case of a petitioner misleading the court under oath. The next breakthrough came from a remark Claire's daughter made during a weekend visit. She mentioned a nice doctor her grandmother had taken her to see. A doctor who asked specific questions about why Mommy's brain was sick. Marcus discovered that Diane Bennett had secretly arranged for a private child psychologist to evaluate the girls without Claire's knowledge. Diane had provided the doctor with a pre-written script of concerns, essentially manufacturing medical evidence to support the claim that Claire was unstable. In the eyes of the law, conducting a psychological evaluation on a minor without the consent of both parents is a severe breach of protocol. Doing so to influence a custody battle is a form of malpractice that carries heavy professional consequences for the doctor involved. This discovery proved that the Bennetts weren't just observing instability in Claire, they were actively engineering it from the start. Every piece of expert evidence they had against her was a manufactured result of Diane's direct interference. The final piece of the binder arrived from an unexpected source, Ryan's mistress, Ashley Coleman. Consumed by guilt after seeing how the children were being used, she provided Marcus with a sworn affidavit detailing the conversation she had overheard in the Bennett household. This flowchart shows the real logic behind the custody fight. Ashley revealed that Harold Bennett had coached his son to pursue full custody as a financial strategy. If Claire were deemed unfit, the family could drastically reduce her spousal support and protect the real estate assets tied up in the business. The profound cruelty inflicted on Claire followed a sterile corporate logic. The attempt to take her children was a mechanism to shield family capital, a business transaction disguised as parental concern. When the final hearing arrived, Claire sat in the courtroom entirely stripped of her previous panic. She didn't need to plead for her children. She only needed to open her binder. She had spent a year building a truth that was structurally sound enough to withstand any cross-examination. Marcus presented the evidence in a cold, logical sequence. The phone records proving the perjury, the documentation of unauthorized medical evaluations, and Ashley's affidavit exposing the motive. One by one, the pillars of the Bennett case were dismantled. After reviewing the binders and hearing the testimony, Judge Holloway issued a strict ruling that systematically addressed the Bennett's interference. He granted Claire primary physical custody, referred the psychologist for a licensing board review, and forwarded the evidence of Ryan's false statements to the district attorney. No wealth or social standing can sustain a legal illusion once its foundation is removed. The Bennetts had counted on Claire being too overwhelmed to fight, but they had inadvertently trained her to become the most prepared person in the room. The consequences continued outside the courtroom. The unsealed records of the case eventually reached Harold Bennett's commercial clients. Concerned by the ethics revealed in the court's ruling, several major firms pulled their contracts, causing a visible decline in the family's real estate empire. Claire's professional life followed a similar upward trajectory. She used her background in marketing to move from her call center role into management. Within 18 months, her expertise led to a vice president position at a rival firm, where she now oversees the very regional contracts the Bennetts once controlled. Today, Claire lives in a house with a yard big enough for the dog her daughters always wanted. The Bennett family drama has been replaced by the quiet, ordinary routine of a Saturday morning, a sanctuary she built for herself from the ground up. Bullies often mistake quietness for weakness and patience for powerlessness. But as Claire Whitfield decisively proved, there is nothing more dangerous than a mother who stops arguing and starts documenting. The truth doesn't need to be loud to be devastating. It only needs to be undeniable.